morning, my name is Naude. As Pinhead said, I'm South African, and he didn't tell you that we beat Australia 2 weeks in a row prior to them sneaking a victory. I've been in the United States for 17 years now, and seen I came in at a time where the industry was arguably in a little bit of a downturn, and I've seen some tremendous growth happen over the past decade and a half. Obviously, this current blip in our progress was not something that we planned or welcomed, and I'm sure we'd all prefer to do without it, but it is what it is, and we've got to deal with it. I think that the industry has shown tremendous resilience. There's certain areas that are a bit battered and bruised, and there's certainly been some pain, and we're certainly not totally immune to the swings of general economic conditions. But generally speaking, I think that we've held up pretty well from in all disciplines, whether it be the board builders, who are certainly one of the cornerstones of this industry and continue to be, during these times, innovative in everything they do and providing all of us with essential equipment, and those guys have sort of hung in there. I think retailers generally have held up pretty well during some very uncertain times, and I think from a manufacturing point of view, we've done a pretty good job in holding our own. Our customer base is intact, and this industry is anchored by the activities of board riding. I think that those activities continue to attract the imagination of the youth market, and we continue to see growth in terms of the number of participants entering the respective board riding activities, which I think bodes well for the future. As Craig has said, to illustrate that point, we had a couple of amazing events recently that have set record numbers in terms of either crowds or webcasting in a space of 30 days. The Billabong Pro in J Bay had the record number of visitors to its webcast in the history of pro surfing webcasting. A couple of weeks later, the Hurley US Open attracted arguably the largest audience certainly in the history of mainland surfing. And shortly thereafter, in Central America, we held the Billabong ISA World Games, where again record crowds were in attendance to watch those young up-and-coming surfers. You had 3 different geographical areas where tremendous health was illustrated during some key events. The temperature of consumer confidence, been difficult for retailers to adjust and plan their buying patterns. It certainly created some uncertainty, certainly brought a whole new level of planning into our respective businesses. But I think that we've seen the bottom, and we're starting to see early signs of stabilization. Most businesses have adjusted to the new world order of doing business. And I think it's basically the case now of all businesses, whether in manufacturing, retailing, board building. Everybody sort of buckled down, adjusted their expectations as well as their business models, and we're just getting on with it. As far as our company is concerned, we are optimistic about the future. Like every other brand in the industry, we continue to invest in developing innovative products, developing compelling marketing campaigns, and providing great service. And I think that we'll continue to see a slight uptick. The market will turn, and this industry is probably better positioned than anybody to get out of the blocks quicker than anybody, than any of the other youth-related markets, and that's primarily based on our target market's insatiable appetite for newness and purely just for having fun. As I've said, the number of participants entering the board sports arena continues to grow. I would argue that other than perhaps basketball, which had the benefit of the magnificent performance of the Los Angeles Lakers this year, we probably outstrip the number of kids entering our market on an annual basis. One of the benefits of this industry is that Craig sort of referred to his earlier years, and all of us have had, feel the sense of belonging, and I think this industry generates that. There is a sense of belonging. I think that we all do it for purely the enjoyment of really being able to feel the glide, and I think that this recession has created some unity among the industry. I like to think that it's brought retailers and manufacturers closer together. Sure, we compete, and we'll compete hard with each other, but I think that there is a sense of duty among the industry in protecting our borders and being able to maintain our position as a unique group of people that provide great product for a unique sector of the youth market. And out of this unity, I think, will come strength. So, from our point of view, certainly from our company's point of view, and I think from an industry point of view, we've seen a lot of communication barriers open up, or communication barriers being broken down, which I think bodes well for the future, and we look forward to the upturn. It will come back, the market will re-emerge. I think that this industry is well positioned. I think that certainly the early participation of just this trade show alone this morning is a good indicator of some optimism for going forward. Thank you.